Hello there, you wonderful people, on this sunny Monday afternoon. We have news here on this wonderful game called Planet Zoo, and today we're going to talk about the next update, 1.6, coming in a couple of days already on the 22nd of June, with some really cool updates that many of us have been waiting for quite a long time. So let's start ahead with the one thing that, people were already guessing and hoping for once we've seen the updates about the polar bear. I don't know if you've seen that one, but there's a dedicated post to it. If you want to read that, you can click it here. Link, as always, to this one is in the description down below. Now let's talk about the first thing. You can see it from the picture and the thumbnail, of course. We have diving bears. How cool is that? And this time, finally, Frontier doesn't do something that, I personally don't really understand, but at this time it's really cool. They add 4 bears at one time. I'm really quite confused why there isn't a brown bear, but I'm not sure if the brown bear is just not diving that much. I have no clue about this, to be honest, and you guys are more intelligent than I am, so you can definitely tell this to me in the comments down below. But anyways, you can see that we have deep swimming behavior for the polar bear, the grizzly bear, the Formosan black bear, and the sun bear. By the way, I meant the Himalayan brown bear and not the, just to make sure. Maybe it's not swimming because it's too cold, whatever. Be sure to research how you can create even better habitats for those wonderful creatures and get them swimming in June. How cool is that? So then we have some custom audio speakers. That is pretty cool because this will also arrive in this update. We can pack in our own audio, which is pretty cool because then we can, create our own little tours and all these kind of things. Very neat stuff, very helpful, and we've got a lot of different formats supported. But I guess we are well covered already with Wave and MP3, but then they have all the others as well. Then we have something that many people were craving for, including us Koali crew, simply because there is an issue in the game with how people sometimes see the animals. That is, just to put it simple, it is down to the fact how people navigate through the zoo. Now, what do? They actually go from one animal to the other to fulfill basically their tasks, because people have tasks. They want to see just, let's say, 6 out of 10 animals, and then they go and see these 6 animals. However, compare that to reality, you would also try to see the animals from every angle possible. And sometimes it appears that once you have a very good viewing gallery on the one side of the habitat, they will not go to the other side simply because the route to the next habitat would be closer to go another route, so they will always avoid that one viewing gallery. Maybe you put so much effort into that one viewing gallery and no one is ever going there. Now, this is where the vista points come into play, because they will guarantee that people do go there. They actually are somewhat like a photo spot where people go, and this is kind of an artificial way to bring people somewhere and also to control the guest flow. So it's a very good thing, and you can put them down and set the viewing to the habitat and to the point. So that's really cool, and yeah, that's really cool. And you can see here, however, if they find it easier to reach a viewing point, that is just as good before to get one they want to use. They are likely to stay where they are. Once you got a view, who can blame them? With this great new tool, your disposal, your guests are sure to see the very best that your zoo has to offer. So basically what I just explained to you. So then we have a time scenario. Get ready to travel to Central America for our newest free time scenario. As we know, this is not a hint at a scenario for a DLC. They tricked us a couple of times with that already, so Central America is not really, a hint to a potential DLC that is coming, maybe. So I don't get my hopes too high for that. I think we had something like Russian or so in the past as well. Anyways, this scenario has something a little different planned for you: the charge of an animal sanctuary, where you will receive new animals on a regular schedule in need of your care and attention. That is pretty cool. Finally, some change that's really well seen, and also I really think it's a good thing. Some have even arrived before you, giving you a focus right away. The scenario is all about the animals you save and their welfare, as you'll see reflected in the requirements to complete it. For those who do, there's a chimpanzee statue waiting for you to claim as your prize. Okay, cool. Then we have habitat cameras and camera effects. So first of all, I think this is a very cool feature, some almost like, broadcasting animals live from the zoo This is like a night vision over here. Very cool stuff. And yeah, that's really cool. You have some camera assets, and I really hope we can make some cool cinematics with those things, because we do have some visual media. The cameras can be placed and used however you like, although one of the best places for them is within a habitat. Yeah, really interesting to see how this is going to turn out, but I'm really happy. As you can see, Plankonians love to see their favorite animal from home as well as the zoo, so you'll be able to gain a small marketing bonus for up to 6 habitat cameras in your zoo. So really cool. We're also adding camera effects ranging from vignettes to various levels of warmth, cold, and night vision too. Yeah, pretty much as we know it from Planet Coaster already. Then we have animal trading changes. In the update, they are making some changes to the animal trading. This will include increase the storage limit from 50 to 200. Thank God, finally we have that one. As well as the UI will give you more information of each animal status. Very cool, trade status, by the way. We're also including search options. Dear God, thank you so much. You will be able to search animal storage, use filters, and so on. I mean, check mark, this is very well needed. And search will be available for the following places: animal market, animal management, storage, market, exhibit storage. All we need. Thank you so much, Frontier. This is something, oh my boy, this was so overdue that we have this, you know, especially when we now have 200 animals in there, which will be filled in no time. I'm pretty sure it will. Staff management changes. In the previous update, we rolled out the staff management changes a little too fast, and so reverted this so we could work on them a little longer, but we're happy to be releasing them soon in the 1.6. These changes will create categories for each type of staff that you can toggle to be collapsed or not. As well as the ability to multi-select on your staff, adjust wages, set work. Also very handy, makes you work a lot quicker in franchise and in everything where management is important. So really cool stuff. Then we have a new campaign, which is also pretty cool. There's a small change. So many zookeepers have shared how they would love to continue the zoos they created in career scenario, so we've added a small change. Once a player achieves a gold in a career scenario, a new fanfare will pop up and inform you that the animal exchange will start to populate with all available animals. This means you can continue to play in your career scenario park that you've built up and love without set limitations on which species will appear. So very neat, very cool. And then we have expanded sandbox settings, which is very interesting as well. So last but not least, we are introducing a whole new host of sandbox options. These options will give you even more control over your sandbox zoos, as well as let you organize which zoo has which options enabled. Sandbox will now be receiving new preset selections for you to either emulate another mode or save your favorite custom settings. These will be available in default preset, creative preset, challenge preset, and saved custom preset. Thank you, I need that. The settings you use for each zoo, sandbox zoo, will be saved to that specific zoo. Oh my boy, finally. Meaning you can have a different setup for every zoo you would like to. Just as a reminder, you always needed to change all these things. When I went back from franchise and so on, and I had notifications disabled and all these kind of stuff, this was always saved. So it's very good to finally have that saved to the zoo file itself and not to the general settings. So that is a major leap forward when it comes to coherency and simplification of that one. So if you found your dream sandbox settings, however, you can use the save custom preset option to save those and apply them to all other zoos you build as well. So that can be new options. Check out the list what we have been adding now. Social welfare: enable social groups, enable overcrowding, enable animal stress, enable animal fights, enable animal predation and fear, which some of which we had already, but there is like social groups, and overcrowding is basically new. And stress, I think as well. Enable water cleanliness, enable animal defecation, enable animals' temperature needs, enable terrain needs, enable plant needs, enable hard shelter, enable food spoiling. So what I think is very interesting about this one is, for example, the terrain or the plant needs. So what that means is when you're, for example, in a very rural area, you definitely have the chance to use more plants or less plants than you would actually use to make it more realistic and more suitable to the area you are in than before. So that's very cool. Then we can finally disable animal escapes. Thank God we can do this. I mean, that was and same goes for guest fleeing. These are 2 things I can finally use for Yosemite and make this a final good tour we can make, and also enable negative effect on facilities on guest happiness and enable pickpockets. So basically you can create your own dream setup, which I think is just freaking insane, and I love it. And again, this was way overdue, but we have a lot of very good changes here, again making sure that this game is going to improve. So now that's it. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite change, other than the diving, because we all know that we love diving, but what is your favorite change in the 1.6 update? And let's guess, if there's a DLC announced soon, what would this be and what would you want it to be? So let me know in the comments down below. I am here to answer them later today, and I wish all of you a wonderful Monday and a wonderful week ahead. Stay safe everyone, and goodbye.